Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. In our today's lecture, we are going to learn about the protocol stop and wait protocol. So, in this, the sender will send one frame at a time to the receiver. Yes, so we can see the situation like only one message can be sent at a time. We cannot send multiple frames, multiple packets to the receiver. The sender will stop and wait for the acknowledgement from the receiver. So I send one packet to the receiver. At that time I wait. At that time I stop and wait for the acknowledgement, and after getting acknowledgement I will send the another packet to the receiver. So this is the basic concept. So this time between message sending and acknowledgement receiving is the waiting time, and in that time sender totally running in the ideal state. So we can say that sender do not do any work, do not send any packets. So that situation is called the ideal state. When the sender gets acknowledgement, then it will send the next data packet to the receiver and wait for the acknowledgement again, and this process will continue as long as sender has the data to send. So this is the basic concept, core concept of stop and wait protocol. Send data packets, wait for some time, getting acknowledgement, and again send the data packets. So this is a flow diagram of stop and wait protocol. So we can see that sender sends a data to the receiver. So when data packet is received at the receiver time, at that time receiver process on the data packets. So after processing the data packets, receiver send acknowledgement to the sender. So that processing time is called the waiting time. Yes, the time is started when sender send the data packet and receiver send the acknowledgement, and that acknowledgement is received by the sender. So that between time is called the waiting time, and in that waiting time sender become the ideal. It means it does not send any data packet to the receiver or not do any work. So that is called the ideal state. So sender remain in the ideal state on waiting time. After getting the acknowledgement, sender again send the next data packet to the receiver, wait for the acknowledgement. For that he stopped and wait for the acknowledgement, and after getting acknowledgement it again starts sending the new data packet. So this is how stop and wait protocol is worked. Wait, send the data packet, stop for some time, get the acknowledgement, and again send the data packet. So this continuous process is continue until sender finish their data packets. So this is basic concept. Now let's understand what happened if data packet may be lost or the acknowledgement is lost. So this is the first case. While the sending data packets is lost. So suppose if any frame sent is not received by the receiver and is lost, so the receiver will not send any acknowledgement as it has no received any frames. But sender thinks that I am sending the data packets to the receiver, but the receiver doesn't get any data packets. So he does not send any acknowledgement to the sender. So at that time the sender will not send the next frame as it will wait for the acknowledgement for the previous frame which it had sent. So deadlock situation is arise here. To avoid any such situation, there is a timer is used. Yes. So the sender waits for fixed amounts of time for the acknowledgement, and if acknowledgement is not received, then it will again send the data packets. Yes. So here we'll put the timeout. Suppose we'll put the timeout time as a 5 minutes. So sender waits for the 5 minutes for the acknowledgement, and if it does not receive any acknowledgement, then sender started sending the that same data packets again to the receiver. So this is how we can solve this situation. Now next is if sender sends data packet to the receiver, but receiver and also receiver also send acknowledgement to the sender, but in between the acknowledgement is lost. Yes, so at that time sender sends data packet, so he waits for the acknowledgement, and receiver also knows that he sent the data, he sent the acknowledgement. So consider the situation where the receiver has received the data and sent the acknowledgement, but the acknowledgement is lost. So again the sender might wait till infinite time if there is no system of timeout. Yes, he is waiting for the acknowledgement and does not send any data packets to the receiver. So in this scenario, the timeout timer will be used and the sender will wait for a fixed amount of time for the acknowledgement and then send the frame again if the acknowledgement is not received. So after the timeout time, it again send the data packets to the receiver. So this is how the stop and wait protocol is worked. Next is some advantages and disadvantages of this protocol. So it is a very simple to implement. The main advantage of this protocol is the accuracy. The next frame is sent only when the first frame is the acknowledgement, so there is no chance of any frame being lost. So 100% successfully data is transferred via stop and wait protocol. And the drawback of this protocol is only one frame can be transmitted at a time. So we cannot send any multiple frames at a time, and this leads to inefficiency if propagation delay is much longer than the transmission delay. So here the transmission delay means time taken by the sender to send all bits of the frame on the wire, and the propagation delay means time taken by the last bits of the frame to reach from one side to another side. So this is the drawback of stop and wait protocol. So that is all about stop and wait protocol. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.